It was all about Xavier Cooks last night, and the MVP himself has been good enough to join us. Over to you, Gazey and Copes.
Thanks, Nat. It was a great night, and it was an incredible race for the MVP, Copes. And there were three standouts, but a very deserving winner, a man who's guided his team to the #1 seed throughout the course of the season with the Sydney Kings. And I speak of none other than the superstar Xavier Cooks. He's been good enough to join us this evening. Xavier, congratulations on winning the MVP award. It was an awesome night. I'd imagine today you would have been flat out doing interviews all over the place.
Yeah, it's been a pretty busy day, but yeah, last night was awesome, especially to have the whole league back together in the same room. It was a great night.
And Xavier, what does it actually mean to you? Because you are a product of a basketball family. One of the all-time crazies, your dad was a superstar, Eric Cooks, and you've been around the game the whole time. What does this actually mean to you as far as your journey?
It means a lot. It means a lot. And it means lots to my whole family. You should see my parents' emotions last night when I received the award, and it means lots to everyone around me. And it's kind of hard to put into words still. And I'm really not trying to think about it too much. I'm trying to, focus on the playoff. I'm not trying to get a big head or anything, but yeah, it means a lot. And
when you look at where you guys in the season that you've had, it's been a great season overall. Last weekend, the old doomsday double, Coach. They got to experience what we had to do. They still get a day off in between these new folk. But you come away with a couple of losses. Does that dent the confidence at all?
Not too much. We're a pretty confident bunch, and we know we didn't come out and play with the right intensity we need to win a game, and we're not going to do the same thing in a playoff game. So we're not too shaken by it, but it kind of showed some knocks in our armor a little bit. We can work on in this time.
Now, Xavier, tell me, how is the team going? How's the body going? A couple of injuries here and there. Are you guys prepared for the playoffs?
Oh, for sure. I mean, we've been one of the luckier teams in this league. We haven't had too many serious injuries, unlike some of the other guys around the league. So we're feeling pretty good. We've had some time off since what we played on Sunday, so we're all good. We're all good.
And your last 12 to 18 months has been quite extraordinary. You win a championship with the Kings. You're the grand final MVP. You go over New Zealand. You're an MVP over there. You come back here. You're guiding the Sydney Kings. I mean, do you feel like you're living a dream right now?
Oh, for sure. It doesn't really seem real right now, but I'm sure it will in the off season when I time to, dwell on a little bit. But I'm just riding this wave and I'm loving it.
Now, Xavier, who do you model your game after? I say Draymond Green because you're not really a shooter, but you get the job done. I see that look. Who do you model your game after?
Hey, Draymond's a winner, so I don't mind that. Draymond's a winner. Whatever it takes to win games. But yeah, someone like that, maybe like a Nicholas Batum or someone that just does a little bit of everything, just whatever the team needs to win games.
And what about the confidence with your shot? We're trying to focus on the positive here, but sometimes, we've got to just deal with some of the issues.
Man. Keep it real.
That's the way. Just got to keep it real. And, from the free throw line, a little shaky from time to time. Is it more, because I've commented a lot, the technique, sure, there's some areas can improve, but it's not terrible. Do you feel it's more in your head when it comes to your perimeter game and your perimeter shooting?
I think so. I mean, on days where I start the game shooting off the ball well, I normally go the whole game shooting the ball well, And the days where I come out not shooting the ball well, I do really get in my own head and it really doesn't turn out well. Trust me, it doesn't turn out well at all. But I'm still learning. I'm still trying to get better as a basketball player, and that's one of the things I've got to work on.
Now, Xavier, there's been a lot of scouts come out over the last week or so, the last couple of weeks. Have you been able to concentrate firstly, and have you talked to anyone about going to the NBA?
No, I've done a pretty good job of it. I always told my agent, man, you just handle this business. I trust you to death. You handle it and just let me focus, because the more distractions in life, it doesn't turn out well on the basketball court for myself. And, I just try to eliminate all that stuff right now.
Well, you spent some time at playing over in the United States at Winthrop. If you had your choice, what city would be the greatest attraction for you?
I like Charlotte. I actually like Charlotte. My brother lives in Charlotte. Winthrop's about 20 minutes from there. Their culture's a little bit shaky right now, so I'm not sure about that, but I like the city.
And when you think of Winthrop, because a lot of youngsters these days are using the college route to try and further their basketball careers, talk about your journey and through Winthrop. Is it something that when you look back on that, with your kids, when they get to that age, you'd be encouraging them to take that route?
Maybe. I mean, the way the NBL is going right now, I think the Next Stars program is unbelievable, and I'll probably go that direction now. But back when I was going to college in 2014, it wasn't the same way. And I loved college. And I went to Winthrop. It was a smaller school, so I got the opportunity to really grow as a player and, you know, make mistakes as a freshman and still get to play through that. And that helped me, you know, in the later years of my college career, really like have the confidence to go out there and do my thing. And
we all know that sometimes they're going over there for the basketball, but you do have to hit the books. You do have to get coached.
Yeah, these days you do. Back in our day, you didn't have to hit anything.
What did you study when you were over there?
Next topic. Sports management.
No, nice.
Nice.
And when you think of what's going to happen with your future, Copes mentioned the NBA, but if it's not the NBA, do you have these ambitions to explore the world? Would Europe become an option, or are you just content playing here in one of the greatest leagues of all time?
I mean, the way this league's going right now, I feel like I'd be silly to leave. Just the way the style of the game, it really suits it's a really fast-paced league. And the whole Europe 10-month thing, I love seeing the world. And it was really cool when I was fresh out of college, but I kind of like the way that the NBL is set up. Maybe Japan or something like that, but I'm really happy in Sydney right now.
Xavier, what about the Boomers? Do you have any hopes of making the Boomers team?
I have a lot of hopes for it, and I hope that it comes true. But obviously, it's a really tough team to crack, and there's a lot of guys, especially in my position I'm going to be going against, it's going to be a really tough team to make.
Hey, did you see greatness today? Did you tune in and watch LeBron James become the all-time greatest scorer in NBA history? I was thought that we'd never, ever see done before, but he was able to achieve it. Were you watching, and what did you think?
I was watching, and the way he did it, I mean, he was so efficient. He had 36 in 3 quarters, so that speaks of his greatness. And even listen to him after the game talking about he is the greatest player of all time in his opinion. And imagine being able to say that on national television, to stand there man to man, say I'm the best player of all time. That's a pretty cool thing to witness.
So obviously you're a LeBron James fan. Have you ever heard of a guy called Michael Jordan?
I think Michael is the GOAT just because of what he's done for basketball and the time era. But in a one-on-one battle, I'm taking LeBron James. But in a context of, I'm probably taking Michael Jordan as the GOAT.
Hey, thanks for everything you've done this season, particularly some of those high-flying dunks.
Oh, nice.
Copes. Now, is that something that you try to add a little extra something? Because we see you going up there, pulling that thing back, doing all sorts of crazy stuff. Is that practices, or is that just something you read in games?
That's more of a personal battle between me and my dad. I mean, I'm trying to get a better catalogue of dunks than he had in his career. So we've been talking about this all year long, and I'm going to keep trying to add to that catalogue. Now,
Zay, talk a little bit about Chase Buford. Is he a good coach? Do you love him? Tell me a little bit about him.
He's a great coach, and I love him to death. I mean, the man's got a crazy basketball IQ. He understands his plays, and he understands how to win. You know what I mean? A lot of teams don't know. They play different systems, but he finds his players to play in his system. No matter what the plays he gets, he'll make it work. You know what I mean? Some people are always going to say, I'm going to always run flex. I'm always going to do this. He finds what his players' strengths are, and he really works with that, and I love it.
Well, you have the chance to do something special back-to-back. Everyone's gunning for you because you guys are the champions. What do you make of this run you've got ahead? Tell us about the challenges that you're going to face, and what's going to be the biggest challenge throughout these playoffs?
I think maybe just us. I feel like just keeping our foot on the throttle and keeping attention to the details. You know what I'm saying? Once teams get a bit hot and we were winning games for a while, and the minor things that don't really matter start to creep in. So I think it's about focusing on those little things for us. But we've had a target on our back from the get-go for this whole season, and we really manned up to the challenge. So I have no doubt in my boys.
Well, Hungry Jacks have loved you because of all the highlights. You've cost them some money.
I know it.
You've cost them some money from the free throw line, so you've ticked all the Hungry Jacks boxes.
Dave, I've been with you the whole year, brother. I've been with you the whole year. Said he's the MVP. He's going to make the Boomers and make the NBA.
I appreciate it. I don't know. I heard it all.
Good, brother. Good.
No, we've all loved watching you play. Good luck throughout the playoffs. Congratulations on what you've been able to achieve personally this season with the MVP award, and I hope to see you in that green and gold jersey real soon, and all the very best for whatever lies ahead after this season.
Awesome, fellas. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for the love.
Thanks, Dave.